This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFLTV. Delighted to be joined on this glorious Saturday morning by Mr. Brad Ray. How are you, mate?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Yeah. Getting close now to fight night, so a little bit happier. Doesn't seem to be far away now, so touching distance.
It's not far away, and obviously there's been a couple of changes to the show in terms of kind of location. Firstly, which is not really kind of a question for you, but obviously the show was meant to be from GBM in Galway. Now it's in Hull, so yeah, just a bit of a switch there, location wise.
Yeah, yeah, look. It means nothing to me. Like, I've got a job to do at the end of the day. I've got a title to win. I'm just focused on that. But just disappointed again, my friends and family has forked out on a lot of money, to come and watch me and to come and support me. And like third time this year, like they're losing out, they're out of pocket because they're trying to come and support me. Like, you know what I mean? And I wish I could repay him in some kind of favour, but just me picking up that title is gonna have to be enough, hopefully.
I was going to say that I think if you are victorious um, on June 28th, I think like that all goes out the window. No one really, of your fans will really care.
Yeah, they all say this, I know, but I feel bad. Like they're trying to support me at the end of the day. It's all they want to do, you know what I mean? And it's not cheap hotels, flights, and stuff. Half of them are out in Saudi, you know what I mean, for the Bivol Better Beer fight because I was supposed to be fighting, and that wasn't a cheap one. But look, I'm sure if I said I was fighting on the moon tomorrow, they'd be on to Elon Musk's trying to get flights up to the moon or something like that. They will follow me everywhere, and like, I appreciate it massively.
So this fight with Peters, then I don't like I said. I hope it isn't one of these fights that becomes like cursed in terms of it was meant to happen last minute last time. It didn't happen. It is on and it is on for the 28th. We know that. So yeah, finally kind of say finally, this fight kind of come about because of a previous fight not happening like a couple of months ago. But yeah, it's on. It's you and Peters are getting it on as send of.
Yeah, yeah, that's all that matters to me. Look, getting back in these big fights, winning these titles, fighting on the TV again. Like this is what I've kind of missed out on for a few years now, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I've had two little carrots dangled to me this year and taken away. But I've got a good feeling about this one. This one is going to happen 100%. This one, and I plan on becoming European champion.
How difficult of a fight with Shakan Peters do you think this is for you, Brad?
Yeah, I think it's a tough fight. I think he's the best opponent probably I will have faced in my career. Um, but look, he's getting the best version of me. Um, and I know it's a tough fight. I know he's been there, boxed at a good level. He's been British champion. Like good run of form at the moment, but like, I just feel like it's my time now. I feel like all these things have happened to me to put me on this path, and yeah, I'm good to go. As good as he is, just think I'm going to be better on the night.
It's been a bit of a hectic 12 months for you, isn't it? I mean, you mentioned the Saudi situation, which, like I said, 1 minute you were kind of on it, and then you wasn't, and then this situation now with Pitters over the last 2 or 3 months. So it has been probably a little bit of an unsettling period for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, look, it's been difficult at times, like setbacks and like, look, I was gutted when I got the news, but like, I've just had the mentality of like something's gonna come up eventually. Like I know something's gonna come up, and when something comes up, I've got to be ready. I couldn't sit and start moaning and feeling sorry for myself and not going to the gym or not training because the fire fell through because something else is gonna come up in the future, and like I just knew I had to be ready when the opportunity come. And like it was never. I've had people say to me, "Oh, like fair play to you for carrying on after that," and I would have packed it in, and like yeah, but you're not me. You know what I mean? Like, I know the level I can get to. I know that I'm good enough to do this, and I just need a break. I just need a chance, and for me, this is the chance now. This is the chance to get my foot back in the door, fighting on big platforms, fighting for big titles, and yeah, look, that's the plan for June 28th.
This is quite an important stage of your career. It's the in between period of like above domestic level, and in between kind of going for any kind of world honours. You're right there in the middle of all that now, and you can't really fuck that up. Really, if you want to progress any further, this is kind of the level you need to get through.
Yeah, 100%. Well, this is like I've seen firsthand, what can happen to a career from a loss. You know what I mean? I've been sidelined for 2.5 years. I've been fighting on smaller shows. Like, I can't afford to have that happen to me again. Like, 27 now, and like, I know I am still young, but I'm getting no younger. You know what I mean? I can't have another 2.5 years on the smaller circuit. I've got to win these fights now, and I've got to kind of keep progressing, keep, like you say, stepping up, and yeah, and I know that that's what's on the line here on June 28th as well. Like, I can't go back to where I've been. You know what I mean? For the last 2.5 years. So that's why I need to win this fight.
If we're to kind of ignore your last 12 months and look forward to your next potential 12 months, what is that ideal 12 months? It's going to start with a win over Shakan Pitters in a couple of weeks' time, but map out for me your kind of ideal next 12 months.
Just big fights, mate. Big fights, big titles. Like, what a fight! I want to fight all these domestic, like, heavyweight kids. You know what I mean? I want to be in this mix because I've been sat at home watching them all on TV like for the past few years. It's frustrating, and I feel like I'm good enough to mix it with them all. And once I pick that European title up, I've had nothing to offer anyone. No one's wanted to fight me because I probably am a risky fight with nothing to offer, and it's just a business at the end of the day. It's the way it works. But once I pick this title up, I'm sure there'll be a few people calling out my name, and I'll happily oblige. Yeah, but for me, mate, since I was 8, 9 years old, that British title has been the one. I've always wanted that British title, and think if I pick up the EBU title, I think that's an easy fight to make, put them both on the line. Then,
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's become apparent over the last few years that people kind of skip that stage of a British title, European title, and but these titles are so important. Like it's good to hear you talking about kind of the British and the European in that way because they are your first steps in as a pro. That's what you want to win, isn't it? A British and then a European. That's your first steps of what you want to ever accomplish in your career.
yeah, 100%. I think if you're skipping them titles, I think you're skipping them for a reason. I think you're saying something about yourself. I'm confident that I can win these titles, and I'm confident that I can beat the opposition in front of me. So I want to test myself, and I want to get in these fights. And look, in 50 years to come, I want a nice Lord Longsdale belt under my bed, sorry, to get out, after a few beers and show off. That's what I've always wanted, and so that's me picking up this European title, and it's a bit of a bargaining chip then to kind of make that fight, but. Like I say, I've just got to see what comes. Get the job done June 28th and push on.
Yeah. Well, look, June 28th, 2 weeks today. Change the location, as I said previously, is in Hull. I haven't been to Hull for such a long time, actually. There used to be shows there, obviously back in the day with your Tommy Coyles and Luke Campbell's, etc. So, yeah, bringing big time boxing back to Hull is great, I think. But yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I would be the man doing it, bringing big time boxing back to Hull, but no, it's great. Like, yeah, Ben is going to do a few tickets, and there's going to be a good atmosphere, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. I know I'll take a fair crowd down, and hopefully Peters brings a few over, and yeah, we'll get the place rocking. The venue looks bang on, and yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. But saying that, after this, you've got to get me back in Manchester. Someone's got to get me back in Manchester. I've missed it. I'm not boxing Manchester in ages, and yeah, look, I think homecoming European title defence will do.
I'm assuming that there's going to be a few of your fans that are probably going to just have a weekend away in Galway, actually. I'm assuming that's the case, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there's going to be loads sat in some pub somewhere in Galway because they've spent about 600 quid on flights and hotels, and Look, mate, my mates don't have 600 quid to just throw away. Like they gotta have to go. But yeah, I'm sure they'll have a good time anyway. A few pints of Guinness watching me pick up that title, and I think a few of them. We're gonna look at changing the flights. I think me and a few of my mates. We're gonna look at going in a few weeks because I was well up for Galway. It looks a class place, and yeah, so maybe we'll change the flights. We'll all get over in a few weeks. Few pints of Guinness to celebrate.
Sounds a plan. Sounds a plan. All right, Brad. Well, listen, appreciate your time this Saturday morning. We'll definitely catch up with you during fight week. But yeah, listen, it's a great main event for that show, regardless of where it is. So I think fight fans are yeah finally going to get seeing you and Pitters get it on.
Yeah, yeah. Look, can't wait, mate. Like I say, main event on the zone as well. Me, what's going on there? Smashed it. Main events thing. But no, I can't wait. Can't wait. Everyone tuning in and look, big thank you to everyone for the support. I know it's been a bit of a roller coaster year, I know. But look, after this fight, we're on the up and yeah, things are only gonna get better.
Brad, much appreciate your time, and like I said, we'll catch up with you in Hull in a couple of weeks' time.
Nice one, mate. Speak soon.
Thank you very much, Brad Ray.